Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a project that in my opinion has been incredibly undervalued, and this project is called Pangolin or the PNG token, right? So if you guys take the crypto ecosystem right now, Ethereum still is the dominant player despite its extremely high gas fees and lower transaction speeds. Binance Smart Chain is in the number second position, where it's kind of like competing with Ethereum as well as the other upcoming blockchains in order to retain its spot and also get more exposure. Polygon is a fast growing sidechain of Ethereum, and it's definitely like attracting a lot of new users day by day. There's also blockchains such as Phantom Opera. There will be new smart contract platforms like Polkadot and Cardano that will be launching their own kind of DeFi platforms later this year. And amongst this huge competition, we have a player from Avalanche, which this whole blockchain ecosystem with Avalanche hasn't really taken off in a significant way yet, and people are starting to notice different blockchains, and they're basically trying to seek opportunities for yield farming and liquidity provision in order to earn some high yields on their tokens, right? And since Avalanche is also a fully decentralized blockchain with extremely high scalability, low transaction fees, and extremely high transaction speeds, people are starting to notice Avalanche based projects, and there are a lot of projects that are slowly moving on to Avalanche, and it just makes me feel like Avalanche has this Uniswap that it kind of has, which is basically Pangolin or Pangolin Swap, and this project is going to be the hub of all the DeFi related activities on Avalanche, right? So as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any project that we cover on our channel. And for this project, I highly recommend you guys to go to their website pangolin.exchange in order to understand this project, right? Again, as I mentioned before, to be short and sweet, this project is basically the Uniswap of the Avalanche blockchain, or even the Pancake Swap of the Avalanche blockchain. It basically enables two different assets within the Avalanche blockchain to be transferred, or you can provide liquidity for two different Avalanche based assets, right? So scale your DeFi trading with Pangolin. It has about 1.84 billion or more than 1.84 billion dollars in total volume, and about 312 million dollars in total liquidity, right? Again, still relatively low compared to several other established cryptocurrency exchanges, decentralized exchanges, and that's something that we should definitely take note of as a short-term to medium-term investment. And as the Avalanche ecosystem grows and branches out, it could even be a long-term investment as well, right? So that's something to be keeping in mind. A community-driven decentralized exchange for Avalanche and Ethereum assets with fast settlement, low transaction fees, and a democratic distribution powered by Avalanche, right? So again, if you guys take Ethereum, Ethereum is fully decentralized. It has some really high quality projects, and all of them are pretty much in the DAO stage where they are trying to become decentralized autonomous organizations. And projects like Uniswap, through their massive airdrop campaign, they kind of like establish themselves as this premium quality decentralized exchange, which is the go-to exchange for several different projects. But due to fees, not a lot of people can actually use that. Only a few people who can afford to use that are using that, right? When you take Binance Smart Chain, for example, it does have some really good quality projects, but there's always this lingering fear of centralization kind of causing the failure of the entire Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, right? So when you take a project that you want to be as successful as Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, but also as decentralized as Ethereum with extremely low transaction fees and transaction speeds like Binance Smart Chain, you kind of get the best of both worlds in Avalanche, right? And that's pretty much what they're basically saying. The Pangolin DEX is supposed to be this fast settlement with the low transaction fees and a democratic distribution of their token with not a lot of people, not a lot of tokens being held by a small group of people, and thereby making it a truly decentralized project that's also based on the Avalanche blockchain, right? Pangolin brings you the best trading opportunities to find and maximize your yield. So if you take some of the tokens that's available here, you can kind of see like Pangolin is again, it has the highest volume. It has the highest ranking, the most sought out token that's in the Avalanche ecosystem. And one of the other most sought out tokens is Wrapped Avalanche, which is basically a wrapped version of Avalanche in the Avalanche blockchain. The Avalanche version of Ether is also like a very popular token. We have USDT, Wrapped Bitcoin, Chainlink, DAI, Uniswap, SushiSwap, Aave, and Yearn.finance, right? So some of the really big Ethereum players are actually available on Pangolin Swap. You can even buy Uni tokens for a fraction of a cent with Pangolin Swap, right? Or the Avalanche blockchain ecosystem. So it is very interesting to see that there are several competitors to Ethereum. Ethereum really needs to do something extremely fast because it is definitely losing market share pretty much every single day. Obviously, the price of Ethereum is definitely like going up, but the market share for Ethereum is slowly moving to these kind of other blockchains which have extremely high quality projects with the advanced technology and kind of like meets the best of both worlds when it comes to Binance Smart Chain as well as Ethereum, right? So again, let's go look at some of the analytics because again, it's basically a video about a decentralized exchange on the Pangolin on the Avalanche ecosystem. So you can clearly see that the liquidity has been constantly increasing. You know, for a while now, and it recently in the month of in the mid April and early May, it's kind of like spiking up like crazy. This is kind of like an indication that tells us that there is a lot of newcomers who are testing out the waters on Avalanche blockchain, and the numbers are constantly increasing. If you look at the big picture here, you kind of can see that the interest has kind of always been high, but the highs have probably been due to the fact that people were testing it out and then trying to dump the tokens that they received. But now, since April, you can clearly see that the sustained increase in the number of liquidity or liquidity provision within the Pangolin ecosystem has been significantly increasing since the beginning of April, right? So that's a very interesting sign to see. If you see the token list that's available on the exchange that we've already went through, there are also other tokens that are available as well, like Penguin token. You can also see a whole bunch of unique to Avalanche blockchain kind of like projects like Snowball, Spore.finance, and so on and so forth, right? So again, this new blockchain kind of also presents an opportunity for people to get some really undervalued high quality gems which have not yet pumped, and these are the places where you can find some of the 100x tokens that will kind of like pump like crazy, right? So that's pretty much it for the analytics. If you look at the governance part of it, again, Pangolin token or PNG token is the native token of the Pangolin exchange, and this token is also a governance token, and you can also go through the articles to see how governance works within the Pangolin ecosystem and how to vote and make proposed changes and so on and so forth, right? It's basically going to also include discussions about adding new tokens or adding tokens that are already famous in the Ethereum blockchain or any other blockchain. So by holding the Pangolin token, you're basically being a part of this growing ecosystem where you can also be a part of adding new tokens and making decisions at a higher level, right? They also have tutorials, so you can basically include your Avalanche blockchain network on your MetaMask wallet and use your MetaMask just like that for any kind of Avalanche based transactions, obviously provided you are in the Avalanche mainnet. This tutorial kind of like provides you like a really good information on how you can add add the Avalanche network into your MetaMask account as a network and start using the Avalanche projects, right? They also have their light paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read, and also their FAQs for people who have questions about how to use the Avalanche ecosystem or even the blockchain itself, like the exchange itself, right? So if you click the launch app, you can clearly see that it has a similar to Uniswap kind of vibe. It's good that they're trying to use this kind of layout because there are several projects that copy PancakeSwap's layout, which is in itself a copy of the Uniswap layout. So it's again, it's kind of like a Uniswap kind of project that is residing on the Avalanche blockchain, right? You can basically swap, if for people who have had the old Pangolin tokens or PNG tokens, you can swap it to the new PNG tokens, and you can kind of like earn PNG tokens by providing liquidity to the Avalanche ecosystem, right? You can provide a wide range of liquidity for pairs such as PNG slash a famous Ethereum project, or AVAX Avalanche token slash a popular Ethereum based token, or you can even provide liquidity between PNG or AVAX and a USD Tether or a stable coin, and also earn some passive PNG tokens, on the side, right? So again, very interesting project indeed, and this project is going to be something that will pump really, really soon. It's definitely been doing well, and if you see, they have some really new and exclusive tokens that's specific to the Avalanche blockchain, which may in the future branch out to other blockchains, but for now it's unique to the Avalanche blockchain. So by getting it from Pangolin exchange, you are getting it way before it gets listed on several big centralized exchanges, right? So very interesting project indeed. So let's go to the the CoinGecko page for Avalanche, for Pangolin. And if you see, the ranking is basically 436th ranked token on CoinGecko based on market cap, and it's currently trading at $3.79 with a 4.4% increase in the past 24 hours. And the market cap is only $84 million. So if you take Uniswap's market cap, which is the premier decentralized exchange on Ethereum, PancakeSwap's market cap, which is the premier decentralized exchange on the Binance Smart Chain, and even Polygon's QuickSwap market cap, which is the premier exchange of the Polygon network, and compare those three market caps with Pangolin's market cap, Pangolin is significantly undervalued, right? Again, it's not even $100 million in market cap. So again, this is a project that is poised to pump like crazy by the end of this bull run. And if you feel like you've already missed out on the bull run and you have to wait till the bear cycle comes in to buy the tokens at low, you are wrong, because there are tokens like PNG which are extremely undervalued, and its market cap is only $84 million at the time of making this video, and there is still an opportunity for tokens like these, right? If you take the max supply, again 538 million tokens in max supply, which is again quite high based on my internal criteria. I do believe that like tokens that have scarcity will pump harder than tokens that don't really have that much of a scarcity. So this token, if you see, the circulating supply is only 22.5 million tokens in circulation versus its maximum supply of 538 million. So you can definitely expect to see this token having a short-term price slumping. But again, as more and more people start noticing this project, they're definitely going to want to invest in it. They want to probably do yield farming and earn those PNG tokens passively. And while that happens, you can definitely see the token price going ballistic. And in the long run, if Avalanche ecosystem survives and continues to flourish and grow, so will the Pangolin exchange token as well, right? Because everyone who is going to get exposed to a particular blockchain, they'll basically they'll have to experience the decentralized exchange of that blockchain, which in this case it's going to be pangolin for Avalanche blockchain. So when people who come to the pangolin exchange feel comfortable using this exchange, which is an extremely high quality exchange based off of Uniswap, they will probably be interested in holding or even farming the tokens while they are doing the DeFi thing, right? So I do believe that in the long run, as long as the Avalanche blockchain continues to flourish, Pangolin token will also kind of flourish, which will be really good for people who get in early. And this is pretty much like the early point for entering in this project, right? If you look at the total value, the market cap versus the total value locked ratio, you can clearly see that the value is 0.26. So if you take the ratio of the market cap to that of the total value locked, you get a number which could be either greater than or less than 1 or even equal to 1. So if the ratio is greater than 1, then its market cap is bigger than the total number of total value that's locked within the project, right? In this case, you can clearly see that the total value locked is significantly higher compared to that of the market cap. The total value locked is about $320 million in total value locked in different cryptocurrencies providing liquidity or whatever, right? But the market cap of the token itself is only 84 million. So again, if you see the value being 0.26, you are definitely early into this game because the market cap hasn't had enough time to catch up with the total value locked, and that's usually a good thing, right? So that's something that you guys can definitely have in mind as a part of your do your own research project for this token. If you take the charts itself, you can clearly see that this token has been around since early February 2021, and this token was initially trading at $18.76, and it kind of like fell down. It's been in a downtrend since then, all the way till its final final stabilizing period of $1.69 at March, at about March, mid to late March kind of thing, and it's been moving sideways all along before leaving an all-time lows of about $1.60 in that range, and then now it's kind of like starting to slowly peak up, and this is a good indication that people are starting to notice this, right? This token hasn't really set an all-time highs yet, and its market cap is slowly but steadily increasing, and by buying this token at this price point, you're basically buying it at a point where you will definitely not regret buying this token, because once it starts pumping, it's definitely going to keep pumping, right? If you take the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, the token was initially valued at about 2,500 satoshis per token, and then it kind of reached a lower point of about I think it was trading at 22,000 satoshis per token, and then it's now trading at around 6,600 satoshis per token. It was at its all-time lows of about 2,900, or around that range, 2,900 to 2,700 satoshis per token, and now it's kind of at 6,600 satoshis per token, right? Again, I do believe that you can buy this token with wrapped Bitcoin on the Avalanche blockchain, but it's better to, if you have some spare Bitcoins, then it might be worthwhile buying it. But if you don't really have a lot of Bitcoins, then you might as well buy it with the AVAX tokens instead of trying to wrap your Bitcoin on Ethereum and then trying to use a bridge from Ethereum to Avalanche, which is going to be gas intensive, because you are migrating from Ethereum to Avalanche, and therefore you have to pay a gas fees in Ethereum, right? So you might as well avoid it unless you have a huge volume to buy through Bitcoin. If you take the Ethereum comparative, on the other hand, this token was worth 0.009 Ether per token, and then now it's kind of valued at 0.001 Ether per token. So again, pretty much at its lowest point when it comes to Bitcoin and Ether comparative. When it comes to the dollar comparative, it does seem like this token is poised to pump. So I would probably say that if you are comfortable investing in this project and you did your own research, you obviously want to get into this token for either mid-term to long-term, because in the short term, although it may pump, it's not going to really pump that hard, because people are still noticing this project and they're still like trying to research this project out. In the midterm, it will definitely start pumping, and in the long term, it's a really good hold. Again, provided the entire Avalanche ecosystem does well, right? So if you're a long-term bag holder for this token, then buying at this price point is not really an issue. But if you want to buy it for midterm, I still feel like you can buy it at this price point with the USDT, right? You can clearly see that the volume spikes are pretty drastic, which shows that this project is extremely volatile. And if you take the exchanges, you can pretty much buy it only from the Pangolin exchange. And that's basically what the opportunity is all about, right? As long as you only have a few exchanges that have listed it. In this case, there's only one exchange, which means this token hasn't really been listed in any centralized exchange yet. I do believe that this project is one of the most premier go-to exchanges on the on the Avalanche ecosystem, and therefore this project will continue to be, continue to grow, and as it's growing, it will get listed in more and more exchanges. So when you buy it right now, when it's only listed in the Pangolin exchange, which is its own native exchange, you're basically buying it at an extremely early rate, right? So please bear that in mind. Again, do your own research before you put any of your money on this token. My final verdict is I'm going to hold this token. I have some of this token being airdropped me, and I'm going to hold that token for quite some time. I don't plan to sell it anytime soon. Depending on how high it pumps, I do believe that this token has a potential to cross the $5 mark. It can even do extremely good, provided a lot of people start noticing this project. But the main thing about this project is since Polkadot and Cardano are launching their own smart contract platforms with their parachain auctions and so on and so forth, I do believe that there is going to be some form of a competition between Ethereum, Polkadot, and Cardano, which is going to make all the other blockchains temporarily obsolete for the short term, because there's going to be so much people who will be moving to these two big blockchains that have a lot of projects on them, that they'll probably neglect projects like Avalanche, projects like Pangolin, because it's in the Avalanche blockchain. But in the long run, I do believe that more and more blockchains will continue to coexist with high levels of interoperability, and that's when you will probably see Pangolin's biggest strength, right? For now, I don't think you should invest in this project if you're planning to get some quick gains, because the gains for this project may probably be, it may take a little bit longer, or if you're lucky, it can even happen next week. We don't know, right? It's a very unpredictable market. But if you want to hold this for long term, then I do believe that this project has an extremely high potential in the long run, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.